Well, greetings, squires. At this point, I am sure many are aware of the anime Cyberpunk Edgerunners because, well, it's popular as hell, because it did bloody fantastically, because it is bloody fantastic, and it kind of breathed new life into what could have been seen as a dying game. Even though David and Lucy are the main characters in the story, people arguably seem to favor Rebecca more, the short, fighty little... let's call it what it is, a lowly. But on that note, I was able to get an interview with the voice actress for Rebecca, Alex, and we spoke about a lot of things, including her playing the character of Rebecca. So if you want to see that, stick around, dude. Here we go.
Hi.
Hey,
what's up?
What's up? Is my side a bit dark to you? It seems fine over here, but then on the screen it looks very dark.
A little dark. It's all right though.
Okay, because I can edit this side. I can make it a bit brighter. You speak just so your natural speaking voice sounds just like the character of Rebecca, man. It's
Oh really?
it's quite surreal.
Oh, that's cool. I guess at a heightened, excited state.
You're excited? That's good, because I'm excited. I'm keeping it quite mellow, because if I get excited, I start to murmur and stutter and all kinds of weird shit. So, kind of keep it all mellowed out.
Don't worry, I'm nervous too. I'm a bit nervous too. It's all good.
You're nervous? I would imagine you would have done this before.
A few times, but I always get nervous with interviews.
Really?
When I first started doing voiceover, I swear to God, I'd go and like throw up and then go to work, brush my teeth, and then
Oh, I get that.
yeah.
Sure, right? So, I mean, because I went and checked, obviously I did my research on my end to make sure that I got all my bases covered, and then you've been in quite a few things. I figured, like, okay, you're kind of new to the game, because I tend to kind of have my ear to the ground with voice actors. I'm like, this one's, who is this one? So I went and looked at my, good lord, you get quite the sheet of just things that you've been in. I think...
Sneaking in there.
I think the one I looked into recently was Very Berry, the character.
Yeah, she's really rad.
She's bloody chaotic is what she is.
Yeah.
This is the kind of show that is.
That's one of my absolute favorite shows.
I can tell you have fun with it, huh?
Yeah, and so do all the writers and the storyboard artists on that one. They love, like, it's definitely a project that made out of love, you know?
That's good. I don't know, a person can kind of tell in a weird way when a show is made because it's fun, rather than, like, let's make a buck. This is doing really well right now, make more of them, and you can tell when it just kind of loses its spark.
Yeah, it definitely hadn't been put on a conveyor belt quite yet.
Just like, let it go. Just give me 1 second, I'm gonna go get my inhaler real quick, because I'm dying. Hold on.
Okay.
Okay, I've got my inhaler. I can now breathe.
Yeah. If I cough too, I apologize for coughing a bunch in advance.
It's really good. It's
I'm
all
just
good.
getting over COVID.
I was gonna ask you how you're doing with that, because my brother had it twice, and yeah.
Is he okay? It kicked my ass.
No, the first time he didn't even know he had it. The only reason why he knew, because I don't know, my family seems to have a decent immune system. When he had it, he didn't know. The only reason why he did know is because his wife was giving birth, and he had to do the test for them to allow him into the hospital. Otherwise, he wouldn't have known.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good.
Yeah.
I knew because I couldn't taste or smell anything this past
And you're
week.
like, something's up.
And I just, I could barely move.
I haven't had it, surprisingly. And I used to work with people every day, and I didn't get it. It's weird.
Oh, lucky you. I'm glad for you, because it sucks.
I can well imagine it does. I have asthma, so I can imagine it would have knocked my ass if I actually got it properly.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
All right, so this is okay. I could try to brighten it up, but I
it's
think
fine.
this is like.
I mean,
all right, cool.
The cam quality is not the greatest. However, I can always enhance it on my end when I edit it. It's no big deal, because it's going to go a lot smaller as well into a little box, because it's going to be like an interview setting. So, yeah, you're the second person. You're the first voice actor, but the second person. I interviewed a contestant from the show Ink Master a couple days ago.
Cool.
Yeah, even I kind of became Buzz because I took a chance. I'm like, hey, your art's pretty damn cool. He's like, oh, thanks. And we've been Buzz ever since. And I was like, do you want an interview? He's like, yeah, sweet, first one. Foot in the door, foot in the door.
Cool. Yeah, where's he from? Like out in LA or like
from New
or
York,
Portland?
New York and Nesh,
Oh.
but he moved to Northern Ireland to be with his partner. So where are you from? I did some research that says San Diego. Is that correct?
Yeah, my family are from like. Oh, are we recording?
Well, I'm just letting things run, and then I'll clip in what needs to be clipped in. Told you. If you want something,
Okay.
anything taken out that might be like invasive by accident, just tell me and I'll remove it.
Perfect. All right. Well, from this point out, I won't pick my nose.
Notice I'm twirling my moustache constantly. That's one of my autism stims is to keep playing with the moustache. I'm like, that's good. It maintains its shape, and I calm myself down. Double whammy.
It's looking good.
Thank you.
Looks like you put a lot of wax in it.
I don't actually. I just wake up and then I start my work and I'm like sitting there trying to think, and it just kind of just becomes this from thinking too much.
Oh, dude, if that were me and that were on my face, by the end of the day, I'd rip it off from like.
Oh, it gets annoying in the beginning, but you kind of grow to get used to it. A few months ago, I just took it off on an impulse because I do that. It's like, okay, I'm done. Take it off. My hair was like this long. Like, cut it. Screw it. I'm done. What's next? Very impulsive. If something irritates me, gone. Go away.
It took a lot.
What was that? Everything just kept kind of like chopping off as you were speaking.
Oh, sorry. I went, oh no, don't cut off your hair. It takes forever to grow.
Oh, I'm growing it again. I like change. So if my
okay.
if my subconscious mind is feeling pretty strongly about something, all right, guys, you call the shots anyways. Let's go.
That's a good way to live too. You're not
Yeah.
holding on to things as hard.
Yeah, I'm quite. Yeah, I'm an obtuse anomaly. I can barely understand what's going on upstairs, but I imagine most creatives are. Rather strange thing to understand.
Yeah, probably.
So,
oh yeah, where am I from, right?
yeah.
Okay, well, I'm from Southern California.
Yeah, dude, California, dude, shut.
Yeah, man. Like tubular, right?
Don't,
And,
80s as hell that was. Right, dude, shut.
Oh, yeah. Oh, we still say that, though. Like,
I do
right,
too.
dude.
I go
Oh,
rad.
man.
I
Oh,
know-
yeah, right.
I pick up slang terms all the time, and I don't know, I just go, "Oh, rad." I picked up a lot of American phrases that we just don't say. And although it's obviously English and we understand it, just doesn't sound right coming from a South African. It's like, that doesn't sound right. Why are you saying that? And I can't really recall what that is. But I'm sorry, I'm rambling. You're from there. Carry on.
What? No, it's fun. I like learning about slang from other places.
Well, that's good.
It's
We
one
have
of the-
lots.
Yeah, I love watching TV from other places too. It, keeps it interesting.
Okay, cool. Well, that's good to know, because then as this interview progresses, there's some things at the end that'll make this fun.
Yeah. I'm from Southern California, and my family's like from the Chula Vista area, if you know what that means. My dad's from Mexico.
So
Yeah,
is
we live
Alex
really close to the border?
is Alex then short for Alejandra or something to that effect? Oh
Yeah,
my god,
exactly.
really? Yes, but nailed it, man.
Yeah. Yeah, totally. It's just kind of a mouthful, so Alex.
I know. The general Americans have a really hard time saying things that are just so easy for the rest of us. Like, that's easy, Alejandra. What's hard about that? Alejandra, what's that, dude? Shit.
Yeah, well, especially when you're in regular public school and they have a million kids. I was kind of getting sick of being Alejandro because they wouldn't,
Alejandro.
switch. It's like, no, dude, I'm a girl.
God damn it. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think whenever I see any kind of basic old American trying to pronounce a foreign word to any person that's not raised in America, even if they're not bilingual, that's kind of easy to say. And they're like, it's not. It's so hard to say. It's kind of not.
we're very it's very concentrated, I guess, the way we all speak, and I don't know, and it's reinforced by television.
Oh, for sure. You guys learn about your country, or your television's from your country, so everything is kind of like centralized. Whereas
exactly.
Whereas the rest of us are like literally engaging with everything from everywhere, mostly American TV and so on. But yeah, so you guys are Americans learning about Americans.
We're on an island, kind of.
A very big one.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. A big bloody island.
Water, border.
Well, on either side, if it was an island, you'd be like, I suppose, yeah, it may as well be an island. Yeah. Yeah. I'm not going to get into that topic.
Yeah. Like when you see maps in school and stuff, and how it'll have like, these are the United States territories. They never, for a long time, it seemed like they never put Mexico.
Really?
So when I was, yeah, because they just put the United States just like floating there. So for a while I was like, there's something below us when I was little.
Well, that actually explains why there's these YouTube videos where they ask like basic Gen Z folks in high school, like, name one country besides America, and they're like, Canada, Mexico, keep going, and they're like, I don't know, Africa. I'm like, well, pick one. There's 54 countries in Africa, but carry on. So is it like approaching winter for you guys there, right?
Well, in Southern California, it's still hot.
but season wise, it should be around there soon, because it's now about spring now by us, and it'll be summer soon.
See, I can't tell. I'm real spoiled. It's like always kind of hot here. You know what I mean?
Cali, dude. It's always hot here. It's always hot in Cali. No, so
nah, dude, we don't say Cali. Other people say Cali.
Okay, good, because it's just I kind of get annoyed when people shorten words that aren't that long.
I'm just joking.
It's all good though.
It's all good.
Because I would have ordinarily said California anyways, but then Cali's just short and to the point and whatever. So yeah.
Yeah, we're not Cali. We're SoCal. Yeah.
Oh my God, no. SoCal.
Yeah, and if you live in North Hollywood, you know where you live? You live in NoHo.
Is that for real, or are you making that up?
No, it's for real.
Oh no, Jesus.
NoHo!
God damn, that's terrible.
And then if you live in West Hollywood, you live in WeHo.
That's kind of funny though. WeHo. Yeah, so can you believe it's already Christmas soon? Such a weird thought. The year just started and like I'm already there.
Yeah. We're all still, like, the Christmas stuff is coming out into the stores, but we're still on Halloween.
Yeah, I've noticed as the years go by, the gap between Halloween decorations and they just mingle between, like, yeah, you got a skeleton and yeah, Santa Claus, and you got...
Yeah, because they want to leave those Christmas products on the shelf longer to sell.
I don't get out enough to see if it happens here that much, honestly, because I live isolated and it's wonderful. See it from me, I can see the ocean. I can hear the ocean. I can't hear any cars, though. Ugh.
Oh, really? That's so cool. Everyone...
No, carry on. Sorry, I'll do that. Carry on.
No. Everyone here, or where I live, it's like there's this really nice neighborhood near my apartment, but there's these like really cool houses, right? Yeah. But they're right under a freeway.
Oh.
Right? And I always think, how could you buy such a nice, beautiful house and then have it like right
just chuck a
underneath
freeway
the
there? Whatever. Like it's nice. It's a nice suburb, but fuck it.
Yeah, and, pretty much.
If I cuss too much, just let me know because I will stop. It's kind of what I do. It's like my adjectives. I need to try and.
Oh, it's all good. You'll just end up getting me going.
Okay, well that's good then. So second interview so far, and people don't mind cursing. I love it. Cool. I can now ramble as much as I want. Yeah, so I live in a small.
That's just our TV sides.
Yeah, well, I don't know. It always seems like most other countries, especially the Aussies and the British, and now you'll know us, don't mind swearing at all. Americans, they get really like, you can't say the C word. Like it's like an adjective. It's an adverb. It's fun. Just anyways. So
Dude, we can't even say God. if you're in like if you're at work and they're like, okay, we're gonna ad lib, everyone is in crisis. You are not allowed to even say God. You have to
Oh
say,
my god.
oh my.
Oh dear Lord. No, no, it's too close to God. Don't say that. Oh
Yeah.
no. Oh gosh.
We have very specific rules. But then, everyone says whatever in private.
It seems that way. Puritans in public and heathens in private. Yep.
Exactly.
So I've always lived in small towns or like small estates near towns. So the town that I live near is about 15 minutes away, but it's not a very big town. And then I live on an estate away from it, so it takes about 15 minutes just to drive into town. So
Okay.
like it takes me about a 5-minute walk from here to the beach, and the only thing you hear is the occasional wildlife and the sea. You know that like misunderstanding Americans have like about like an African country like South Africa. It's like, do you go outside? There's like lions everywhere. Is there like wildlife? I'm like, well, there's not any lions, but there's a springbok right there. There's a blesbok right there. There's a peacock. It's a guinea fowl. So kind of.
I love peacocks. We
They're noisy.
Yeah, they're
Shut up.
right? Yeah, someone near I lived in this like rural area, and some neighbors had a bunch of them, and
Oh no.
roosters and all that. I liked it. No one else did.
That's noisy. Like one's enough, but various kinds of loud animal? No, man. I mean, if
I want to be a peacock farmer.
a peacock farmer.
Mhm.
I want to put a peacock farmer. Sit down and have it. Have yourself a beer. Look at my peacock. Isn't it beautiful?
Biggest peacock around.
And her name? What's her name? Bessie. It's always
Debbie.
Bessie. Yeah, fair enough. Or Holly.
Debbie.
I don't know why, but like whenever you watch like a cowboy film, their horses are always called Bessie or Holly.
Bessie.
Come on, Holly.
Yeah.
That's must be must be a Wild West trope.
Shadow, lightning, you
Well, fair. But those sound like characters from like okay, Missy. Sure. Okay, but like if you call something lightning or shadow, it sounds like a mount from an RPG game or something. Not an actual animal, but a fictional animal. So yeah.
Yeah.
I can't even recall where we went with this. It was just kind of snowballed.
My bad.
No.
I'm bad like that. I'll talk
I do
your
it
ear
too.
off.
Oh, I do it too. But you're as opposed to me doing it, you're leading the charge by a mile. So carry on. Now that it's meant to be coming to winter, but you said it's still hot. Do you prefer the heat to the cold?
I like to be the perfect degrees.
like room temperature. Well, it's either winter or summer. You haven't got a choice. Which one do you prefer?
Yeah. Winter. Just
Really?
because, like, dude, you could you could melt just walking outside. We had a heat wave and it was gnarly.
I was told by my wife that I have a 90s back, because as kids you would spend all day in the sun from 9 in the morning until 3 in the afternoon, come back with a tan and you get those freckles on your back. So I've got a 90s back, because now you can't go outside because you burn. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, when I was little, I was out in the sun all day too, and I would run around barefoot as well on the asphalt.
It's also have you traveled a lot, like outside the states, foreign countries and whatever?
Well, I got to live in Florida. I've been to Mexico because that's where my half of my family are from. When I was in when I was in high school, I got to take a trip with my my school. It wasn't really a class, it was just whoever wanted to go. And we got to go from the top of Italy all the way down the boot into Greece.
Oh, the boots, sure. Okay, that's rad. Nice.
Yeah. So that's about the extent of my traveling, but I really, really loved it, and I hope I get to do it again. It's hard to plan trips though, you know what I mean, outside the US.
Sure.
For me at least.
Do you prefer like countries that have a more laid back feel, or more like a larger city type deal?
I couldn't tell you because I don't think I've been to enough places and stayed long enough to be
Fair
able
enough.
to answer that.
Fair enough.
But 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 if I were picking like rural versus city here, because like America's so big, it's got it all.
Yeah.
Um, to be honest, I like city better
Really?
because I used to live up in the mountains, like next to a Native American reservation,
Cool.
and it was way the hell back, like away from things. And I remember driving home from like a gig in LA, and it had taken me so long to get home, like a couple of hours, and it was raining.
It's massive country, so driving even small distances in accordance to the country size must take forever. But yeah, a long distance drive for me is 3 hours this way.
Oh, it's because, I lived in the wrong place. I wasn't about to move until it was a sure thing, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I was driving home, and I remember hydroplaning driving up the mountain, and it scared the hell out of me. Especially, it's a 2-lane road, right?
Okay.
And there's a bunch of people coming in and out from the casinos back there because it's it's reservation territory.
Sure. Mm-hmm.
And those people are always crossing the line and for real, dude.
Terrifying driving then while hydroplaning.
Yes.
Crap.
Yes. It scared the crap out of me so bad. I was like, fuck it. I'd rather live like a few minutes down the street, and now I do. Like if I was so inclined, I could walk to work, and I'm cool with that.
Good lord. Okay, so hydroplaning on a double-lane highway and no one's obeying the rules. Sounds like South Africa. No one obeys the rules of the road here, man. Did you get a chance to see those local dubs that I did where I take anime and I'm making Afrikaans?
Cool. I love it.
Yeah, I try to like match the voice, but like give it my own spin. It's a bloody date, you know.
Yeah, that's so cool. It's always neat to see to see dubs in different languages and stuff. I think it's really cool that you're making your own.
Yeah, because that language doesn't get dubbed. There's no local translations into that language from anything anymore. So I'm like, I'll do it. I'm gonna do it. And then I'm so because ever since I started them, they've been going quite viral, at least locally. There's even some people from Sweden and some people from the Netherlands and Germany that kind of understand it because it has a similar history in the language, so they can kind of follow. So they've also been watching it, and they've been doing really well. So there's been a lot of local TikTokers that like reach out to me and they want to like, hey, if you make another one or like a full length one, we'll lend our voices. I'm like, that's a cool idea, and I take their names down. And I'm like, but I'm so full of shit. I don't like working with people. I like to do these things for myself because if I fuck up, it's my problem. And then if you fuck up, I won't have to shout at you and be like, bro, why?
Oh, you should try, though. That would be so much fun. You'd get a chance at being a director and stuff.
I'm looking into it because people keep saying that someone should do it. I'm like, well, I can. I got the equipment. I know how to do it. And also,
you can do your own dubs.
I'll do an abridged version of everything. But also, bear in mind we have 11 languages, so I gotta pick them.
Oh, I see. It's not like this is the predominant one.
No, well, the predominant ones are Xhosa and Zulu, which is the two African dialects. But then there's Venda, Songa, and so on. And then Afrikaans is the Dutch one, the Dutch derivative, which is what I speak.
Oh, okay, cool.
So if I have anyone, I do have people that can do the Zulu or Xhosa one. So I need to start something.
Yeah,
fun.
That's really neat. Everyone likes to hear themselves in cartoons.
Yeah, and I was thinking about actually taking Edgerunners and just like giving it a whole new local spin. That'd be fun.
Ooh, you should.
Yeah.
I bet you that would be so rad.
And the cool thing is, I won't just do like Afrikaans. I will even do English, but with like a Johannesburg accent. So like, if you watch the one where it's My Hero Academia and Deku is speaking English, that's like a Joburg accent. Like as opposed to it's like hey there, I'm Azuka Midoriya. It's nice to meet you. It's like hi there, Lottie. I'm one of them super oaks. How's it going with you, my bro? What kind of mic is that? I've got an Audio Technica. What do you got?
Ooh, I used to have Audio Technica, but this is a Neumann TLM
Oh, that's a good one.
102.
Nice.
It
Yeah.
it's because I've been, because of COVID, everyone had to like upgrade a little bit because we're working from home.
We're working remotely,
And
sure.
yeah, so I work a lot right here.
Yeah, I nice soundproofing. I just went to the foam factory and got like corrugated foam, and I'm like pff, everywhere.
I did that at first too. So
That's cheap.
COVID hit, and I went to Home Depot.
Yeah.
That's our local hardware store.
Yeah, we know. Everyone knows. Because America, it's all we get fed. We know.
Home Depot. And we got like moving blankets, and I
Yeah.
covered my entire bedroom. It looked like a crazy padded room.
A mental institution, a psych ward. Yeah. I bought what's called underfelt, which is like a thick carpeting that goes under like wooden flooring. Bought like a whole roll of that for next to bugger all, and I put that in like a wardrobe frame, and there we go, soundproof to death.
Oh, that's smart. My idea didn't work, and they started.
It has to be very dense, I imagine.
Ooh.
See?
Oh, so you're playing music too.
I put this behind the mic for smaller rooms, and then you're good. Because if you're on screaming or speaking real loud, then you're not really gonna need a lot of suppression, really.
Yeah. Well, it didn't end up working because the apartment next to mine was being demolished.
Oh. Well, and that sound, that's me having a mental breakdown. Ignore it.
So it was like, yeah, and I was talking to other voice actors, and they're like, "Oh, you have to get a booth."
Yep.
Especially because this is gonna be how we're gonna work in the foreseeable future.
Mm-hmm.
And this one kind of comes apart like Legos. You build it and stuff.
Oh, that's rad.
Yeah, so I've already moved away from that apartment that had the other apartment being demolished, and I was able to just, take it down.
Must be easier to move then. Yeah, chuck it and layer it and put it back together again.
Hard. It's really, really hard. I'm really short too, so I had to get
like
some.
Rebecca.
I had to get some help. It's not easy to move like the sound stuff.
Oh sure.
When you're
I
when
built
you're
one
short
before.
too.
Like,
oh, you did?
Because I was trying to get into voice acting years ago, but
Cool.
I had a real nasal problem all my life. Like I had like a DVD. I don't know why. Just my sinuses were always blocked, like since I was a kid, and I assumed that was everyone's problem. I don't know why. I tried getting into it. I found like old wood, and I literally built a booth. I used blankets and shit, and then that corrugated foam, and I did some small projects in like Carts and Coals Club, and then I started doing YouTube, and then I was covering some video games, and then there were other bigger YouTubers covering the same game, and they needed voice actors for their skits. I'm like, I can do a few of those guys from the game. Let's go. Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, this is something that I'm interested in. That's why the whole local dub happened. I'm like, I'm gonna try and get some voice actors on my channel. You're the first, so thank you.
Oh, thank you for having me.
How did you get into voice acting initially?
Well, I love to draw, and I wanted to do something with drawing, and I went to school and studied animation.
Sweet.
And so they would put together. Sorry, let me start over.
No good.
In school, we would have to make our own little projects and put together a cast if our character spoke. And we'd have to record them and, do it all ourselves. And it's really hard to direct people if you don't know how.
Yeah.
You're just like, faster. No,
I have
slower,
my idea
but,
right here. Let me do it.
Yeah, can't you just do it like this? But, and you don't want to give someone a straight up read.
Yep.
I mean, you can, but you want to see what that artist can bring to the table.
Mm.
And I was trying to direct people, and it was shite. So me and my friend were like, let's go take a voiceover class and see what it's all about. just,
Cool.
for fun over the summer because we're both out here in Los Angeles and, there's so much resources at our disposal. Why don't we take advantage of it?
Sure.
And we had like a little book that showed like different voiceover coaches in the area. We got it from like a teacher or someone coming in like as a guest speaker.
Mm-hmm.
And we found Debbie Derryberry. She's the voice of Jimmy Neutron. And
Cool.
we're like, let's go take her workshop. Why not?
That's rad, dude.
Yeah, so we went to her house in the before time when you could, like meet people in person. And we took classes with her for a while. And I met someone who was like, hey, dude, can you audition for this thing my friend is trying to cast? And I was like, sure. And then I got the role. And then, like, Debbie helped me put together a demo, which, took a while. And that was kind of like my school, how to put things together, how to edit, what voices work, how to take direction, which is incredibly difficult when you're just starting. You're like, let me do this voice, and I'm trying to spew everything out really quick because I'm nervous, but you have to learn to really listen to what the director is saying and, bring out their vision.
Mm-hmm.
So after I kind of learned about that, it just, it took a while, but I started getting gigs. And
anything worth doing will take a while. So yeah, stuck it out nicely. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's not like I was like, I'm moving to LA. This is it. I'm an actor now. I waited and I drove in for a long time.
I'm an actor now. God damn. What are you putting on your Dolly Parton voice there to imitate where I'm from? I'm from God knows nowhere.
No. Oh yeah, I do this one a lot. When I'm having to be like a mom that's kind of silly. I don't know.
You silly Billy. I can picture that. I mean, your voice is arguably, I don't know, it's unique to you, so with time it'll become recognizable. So, I mean, I know you as Rebecca, was the first time I heard your work, and then I went and looked into some of your stuff, and I'm like, I'm going to recognize this everywhere from now on. Everywhere.
Oh, maybe. I hope so.
I mean, for example, the voice actor Steve Bloom, he's Vincent Valentine and Grunt, Mass Effect. Recognizable everywhere.
He's my favorite voice actor. I love Steve Bloom.
The first time because I was a Mass Effect fan, and then I heard Grunt, and I'm like, And then I played Final Fantasy, because I got Final Fantasy like tattooed on me twice. I'm a fan. And then I heard his voice for Vincent Valentine, and I'm like, I'm gonna hear this guy everywhere from now on. Then he was Amon in The Legend of Korra. I'm like, nah, he's everywhere. He's fucking everywhere. Then he was Wolverine. I'm like, I hear you. But then I think second to him is most likely Jennifer Hale or Ali Hillis, most likely. No, Grey Delisle. Grey Delisle is on par with him. Oh, she's brilliant.
Oh God, she's on everything, am I right?
But she is all-star, that woman. And because her voice is recognizable, and generally people with unique voices like Johnny Young Bosch, recognizable. And I'm sure already you are to some, and with time even more so. I'll recognize you anywhere now. Because I get an ear for voices.
I know that voice.
Oh, was that Rebecca again?
Yeah, I kind of always wanted my voice to blend into the background more, because it just like cuts through walls and is annoying.
I think I wouldn't say it's annoying. It's more like it's
abrasive.
I don't know how to describe it. It sticks out a lot among everybody else's easily. But I wouldn't say it's not grating or annoying. It's just like, there it is. Yeah, that's her. I can hear her.
Yeah. So it used to be something I was really self-conscious about, but it ended up working out for me for work.
Isn't that strange? I've noticed a lot of people that get into something that requires them to do something of the sorts, and they start off so shy, and they kind of break through their own little boundary, and there they are. Yeah. So, what is Very Berry like your favorite character to play, or was it a different character that's like your all-time favorite that you've played?
Oh well, I really dug Rebecca. I wish there was tons more of that. Oh, it was so much fun. But
Yeah, it's unfortunate because now you can't continue that. However,
hey, you don't know cybernetics or the future? You can put people back
that's exactly my
together.
point. I mean, I don't know if you've played the game, but like people put consciousness onto shards, so maybe. I mean, there's even a theory. That David's alive.
Oh yeah,
because
Adam Smasher could have picked him up.
Yeah, but also
there's
an entire thing to how things ended, because someone's theory is that after he's forced to do that XBD and he's like goes a little bit mental, people think that he's still in there. That all happened in his brain, and I'm like, that's a cool theory, and it's backed by a bit of evidence, but we'll see. If he's alive, it kind of ruins like his arc and his ending. He's like sacrificing. I don't know. Anyways.
Oh yeah, I guess I'd always want more.
Oh, I do too.
Please twist the ending.
Like everyone has this whole thing like they're sad after the show ended, and because that song grates them now. So you would think that their favorite characters are either David or Lucy, but everyone is Rebecca, dude. Everyone on the internet is favoring Rebecca. So there you go. You did something right because everyone loves her.
Oh, Lucy's pretty badass.
She is.
I love the. What are those called?
The nanowire. There is only one place in all of Night City in the game where you can get the nanowire, and I have it on my character. Okay.
Yeah, well, me too.
Hell yeah, you do. It's such a subtle way to kill somebody. Like, oh crap, you're decapitated. What happened?
Oh no, where'd your head go?
It was so quiet. It's gone. As opposed to fucking mantis blades making a noise and causing blood spatter. Yeah.
Both are good.
Both are good. Was that a Road to El Dorado? If I can reference.
I think so.
Yes, both are good. So would you say that Rebecca is like certainly one of your tops to play that you have played?
I also really love Very Berry because when we were in the sessions, we were just trying to make it as silly and dumb as possible, and there's a lot of fun moments of us just being nerds about it. And
that's fun. So did a lot of like improv or ad libs make its way in?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, definitely.
Cool.
Like,
I love to do that.
Yeah, because we're kind of trying to make each other laugh. It's not like that on every project. It depends on the director.
Sure.
Because some people are like, every word of my words has to be said how I wrote it.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Like
a real stickler.
Yeah, and you have to go that way. But these guys were really loosey-goosey. It was fun, and
that's nice.
we were being silly. So like, there's this one where Barry, she like tells them to open their mouth for some reason. So I think one of the improv lines was like, "Open your mouth! It's time for a cavity search," or something like that. And it ended up making it in.
Nice. Cavity search. You went full on. You started off as kind of like normal. You just went full brutal.
Oh yeah, and she does that. That's another reason why I like Barry, because she'll be like right here, and then all of a sudden down here, like, "Don't you know, Twig? She's gonna mulch us." And things like that.
Like from full on like psychopath to psychopath.
Exactly.
Are there preferred roles that you prefer to get like cast for? I imagine these kinds of open roles, more freedom to be funny and shit.
I definitely like being the wild card. It's lucky I get I get cast as that a lot. Or like the maybe like spunky or like tomboyish, because a lot of times on the sides they'll ask for with texture. You know what I mean? Oh, sure.
Okay, with texture.
Yeah.
Up in the air.
if they're a bit, crazy, they might have texture in their voice. Go figure.
More texture in their voice. So you should go into like a bit of a side project for a while and learn how to do guttural vocals for a metal band, and then you'll have range to go up here if you need to, and then come back down.
Yeah.
That'd be fun, wouldn't it?
Cool.
Imagine your character Barry doing that. Hi guys, what's up? But Jesus Christ, calm down.
She would definitely join a metal band.
Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. Why is it always those characters that seem adorable? Like, they would be in a metal band for sure. Rebecca would be in a metal band, and she'd own that
Definitely.
shit. She'd run the show.
Definitely.
So, how exactly did you land the role of Rebecca? Was it like grueling auditions, or was it just kind of like out of the gate they were like, you?
Since we don't really go in much anymore, like before callbacks and auditioning, they might you self audition at home and you send them in, or they'll might be like, you guys have to all come in and here's your time. But with a callback, they would have you actually go to their studio and you'd have to be in person. And so like auditioning kind of was a bit harder, like time-wise and all that. But now because it's all from home, I sent in my audition. They wanted to hear a little bit of a different read. They gave me new sides. They gave me a little bit more direction. And I sent back another one. And so I think it was I sent in 2 MP3s and I got it.
And that was it.
Yeah.
Easiest auditioning process ever. I got it.
Well, yeah. The first time they the way like it's described, she's supposed to be like this low class Californian. I think it said that.
Okay.
And I was like, oh, me.
Well, not cities in California. Yeah.
She's short, spunky, trigger happy. So I was like, okay.
Oh yeah. Answers the fucking door like this. What's up,
yeah.
Tune?
I figured I'd do that. The very first audition out of the gate, I was just gonna go balls to the wall. So I did it really like, wah! And they were kind of like, we want to make sure she's not too like
insane.
lolly.
Yeah.
And they wanted to also hear a version of it more grounded. But we essentially went with the first version of her when she's a bit crazier, but
they actually wanted to initially remove the character because of the whole lowly thing, and then the Studio Trigger were like, no, she fucking stays. Well, thankfully that they did, you know?
Yeah.
Certainly a fan favorite. Now, I don't know, there were many people that obviously watched it and watched the Japanese version with subbed. I didn't. Generally, most anime I would. But I didn't with this one, because it wasn't like a Japanese thing and then westernized. It was kind of like done with that in mind. I'm like, English it is, let's go. And it was fucking brilliant, so good on you guys, good on you. I noticed that the guy... No, carry on.
The slang sounds good in English, you know?
Yeah, it certainly does. I watched a bit of the Japanese stuff, so where David would say Nova, as in nice or cool or awesome. The Japanese just went in like Sugoi, or like, the typical Japanese. I'm like, that's the downside of that. When the world is built with language slang in mind, like Nova or Preem or Gonk, or it kind of loses that if you start chucking in. But yeah, I think it was rad. The English was like was good in this regard. Most anime I would do subbed, but like this one, or even Dragon Ball Z English, man, doesn't sound good in Japanese to me.
I totally know what you mean. I usually watch the dubbed though, so I can do other things while I watch TV.
Fair enough, because you gotta keep watching what they're saying. It depends. Yeah. It depends. If I'm watching something in the background, dubbed. If I'm watching it with intent, subbed. Sure, I get you.
Yeah.
I saw there was a guy doing an interview with the voice actress for V from the game, and she said that a lot of the time voice actors are kept in the dark with a lot of things. Is that true? Like, are you guys kept in the dark with fear of you guys like spilling some shit to people that you're not supposed to? Or
Yes,
really?
definitely that, and like it's all on a need to know basis, you know.
you're just the actor. Shut the fuck up. You didn't need to know anything.
Yeah, kind of. You're
So-
like a guitar. You go in, they play you a bit, you leave.
And bugger off. I remember because when I was initially getting into voice acting, I'd watch a lot of these like mini documentaries that made about voice actors and how back in the day, in like the 90s, it wasn't that big of a career. Now it is like a legitimate thing all on its own. Like in the 90s and 80s, it was good, but it wasn't like a big deal like it is now, and everybody wants to do it. It's really because everything's animated now. So some voice actors, like Steve Bloom was saying back in the day, before he could like because he's now at his level, he can like demand things or like not demand things, but certainly ask for better hours or less work or whatever. You can make demands. Whereas he says a lot of the time, voice actors, if they're new into the gate, they can get misused a lot, and people can damage their voice. Is that true?
Yeah, yeah.
Like really overuse your voice.
Well, essentially, when you're starting out, like you want any gig, right? And most people aren't. You're not just part of the union. You got to do this weird catch-22 where you got to get a union job to be a part of the union, but you need to be in the union to be, part of a union job.
Oh my god, that's a vicious fucking cycle.
So basically, they have to be like, look, this is a union job. We want you, but now you got to go pay your SAG dues and join the union right the fuck now and pony up some money.
That's confusing.
Yeah, but before you even like get into that, you usually start off with non-union work.
Sure.
And you're paid a lot less, and usually the jobs are harder.
and they obviously overwork you and make your voice go all fucky.
They can if you get a jerk director or the company that's running the show isn't that nice or something, things happen.
And did that ever happen to you, where you felt like they were misusing you guys a little bit because they could? Really?
Definitely.
Oh,
Definitely.
Crap. People suck
was
sometimes.
But it was when I was just starting off,
Fair
and
enough.
it's okay. I brought my mom in, and I had her sit in the session, and
don't mess with mom, bro.
right when the dude came in, he wasn't such a dick anymore.
Yep.
It was just the director was being a jerk, and sometimes there's really nothing you can do because it's.
I imagine it's like giving them the benefit of the doubt because you don't know if they're on a power trip or just stressed out.
Yeah, you usually can tell pretty fast, though.
Really? this guy just like the sound of his own voice. This guy's stressed. Poor guy.
Yeah. I don't know. You can tell when someone's being a dick.
But yeah, so I don't know how aware you are, but I mentioned it earlier, but like Rebecca is the internet's favorite, like leaps and bounds above the other characters that were obviously more, were centered around them. But Rebecca stole the damn show.
Lot more.
Oh yeah, she stole the show, dude. Like people have been modding Cyberpunk so that they can make characters look like Rebecca. Yeah.
Check that out.
Yeah, so like the pale skin, the pink tats she has, even like even that particular eye color she has, which wasn't available in it, they're there now. They're in the modding community. Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah, it's just fucking dope.
I'm really into Cyberpunk right now, so I'm definitely gonna check
Mod
it out.
it! Hell yeah! Do you know what will do so well is if you do that and then you record yourself playing the game, upload it to YouTube, because then it'll be Rebecca talking while playing as Rebecca. Some voice actors do that.
Disappoint anyone, or be like Do you remember? There was a video game release a long time ago, and they had like a famous voice actor dude do it, and it was kind of boring-ish, and it didn't land very well.
They do loads of those with their crap.
They do?
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Like they did a game years ago called Wet. It was like some sort of female action hero, like Tomb Raider. and an actress of the time was like big-ish. Her name was Eliza Dushku. She played in like Bring It On in the 90s, and she was famous for a time. And they cast her in there, and the game just did not do well, man. Shit. But like,
no.
so, I mean, they attach big actors to games a lot. I mean, you got Martin Sheen in Mass Effect. He was the elusive man, so yeah.
Really?
Yeah, he was the elusive man. They even made the character look like him.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Yeah. Anyways, what was your point to what you were saying?
I don't remember.
Well, it couldn't have been important, and if it is, it'll come back.
It wasn't important.
Have you by chance seen all the memes of Rebecca?
Seen quite a few. I've been sick, so I've been on the internet a lot.
Scrolling, man.
Yeah.
Shit. I
And,
mean,
and because I'm into it too.
What's that?
And because I'm right now, like I'm kind of into Cyberpunk, so I look it up a lot.
So, did you play the game before the anime came out, or did you play it because of the anime?
Because the anime.
Yes, it did its job then.
Yeah, totally. I was definitely one of the people that bought the game and started playing.
Cool. Okay, well that's good because the game, I'm not sure if you know, had like a really rocky start. It was riddled with bugs and all these features and things they promised wasn't in there. I wasn't one of those that were like, the game's a problem, fuck it. I got it on day one, and yes, there were problems, like all the foliage and trees were like clipping through the buildings. I could see for miles just trees through walls. I had to like fix the hex code and things on my PC to actually get it to function, but I still enjoyed the crap out of it. I still enjoyed it. I play as a nomad every time because I'm a small town kind of guy. I have played the others, but nomad is just like freedom. I don't like not being able to do what the fuck I want. So nomad.
The next time I'm still playing through the first time as the street kid, but I'm gonna do the nomad next.
Nomad's rad. I love hunt because each one has a different start. So you start in the bar street kid. Nomad, you start in the Badlands. So pretty rad. I won't give it away too much. There was a question about bringing Rebecca to life, but you've already explained that. You California lowly girl.
Or no, low class Californian.
low class, not lowly, low class. We're close though. So when you were actually doing the voice work, were you working directly with Studio Trigger or with which was the company that kind of had you guys do the voices for them? Was it directly with Studio Trigger or not? I know they're Japanese, so I don't know how that works.
Well, we had someone from CD Projekt Red that was at the Japanese office. That was, I think, she was like the liaison, or not liaison. She was a producer. I don't know. Words are hard. We had someone from CD Projekt Red that made sure we were keeping the dub honest.
Oh, fair. Okay. So the Studio Trigger, they were obviously making the anime, but CD Projekt Red obviously have a horse in this race, so they were like, we're gonna make sure this is done the way we want it.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Every single line was definitely
Scrutinized.
Yeah, they took care with everything.
I mean, it makes sense. I mean, they had to make sure that this anime was worth their money because it was a last ditch effort to bring the game to life, and it worked. It fucking worked. And like literally every single review, whatever you can find on YouTube, there is not a single person bashing it, not one person. And remember, these are half the people that are bashing the game, and they were like, let's see how good this animation will fucking be. If I'm not impressed, I swear to God. And then it came out, and they were like, what the fuck? You know? It's like I'm not sure if you're familiar with Arcane.
I haven't seen it yet.
It's like that, where it's just so close to perfect that it's just like, what the fuck? I mean, it's the internet. We find bad things to say about everything, and the fact that people are having a hard time saying bad things about Arcane or Edgerunners, you know they did a damn good job. And Cyberpunk, the game, its figures just skyrocketed off the anime. It was the biggest sales in ages. It was crazy.
It's fun. It's a lot of fun. And if they fixed, a lot of the bugs.
They did.
I just save before I go do anything
Oh,
important.
same. I've done that for years because games have issues. Regardless if a game is close to flawless, there's going to be problems, just in case. With my luck, battle happens. So I save in case.
Yeah, totally. I'm a saver, so it doesn't bother me too much. You're like, oh man, I guess I better take a break and like walk my dog since it crashed.
No, somebody should add a mod where you can walk your dog in the game, and therefore you won't have to walk your dog anymore. Hey, lovely. Oh, what am I asking here? All these questions we pretty much just answered organically. So I imagine you watched the Edgerunners by now, like shortly after.
Yeah, when we're making it,
Yeah.
I really only got to see the Rebecca parts, and I got to see a little bit, surrounding it for context. But when I like, as soon as it came out, I wanted to see it put all together.
And,
You know what
and
I
were
mean?
you giddy, like hearing yourself in there, like holy fuck, this is like this character on this screen at this scale.
I don't know. I get kind of self-conscious watching myself.
I mean, I think anybody would, sure, yeah.
My mom always makes me watch it though. She's like, "We're watching it. We're part of the we're part of the ratings. We have to watch."
Yeah,
the
we're
day
important
of."
too. It's you. I think some people might argue that you carry the damn thing, your character.
No,
Yeah,
it was
bro.
Dude, there was
She.
so many great parts.
Oh, I
from
agree. Yeah.
You know what? I think why we like Rebecca, maybe, there's lots of reasons, is because
Maybe.
she's kind of like a little bit of a comic relief in this really serious, awful world of Night City, and we know kind of inevitably what's going to happen to them just because of what type of characters or what kind of people they are.
And also,
But-
Night City. Things never go well for a person in Night City. Everyone eventually pegs, and if you die in a blaze of glory, guess what? Your name becomes a drink.
Woo.
Yeah, so that's why David Martinez, he has a drink at the afterlife. Which is so when people got the Edgerunners update and they haven't watched the anime yet, they got the update and they saw his name. They were like, "We know he dies now. We know he does."
Oh, yeah, that's
Well, at least if you're clued up on the lore, then you know he's gonna peg it.
At least most people weren't.
Many were, surprisingly. Yeah.
Really?
Oh,
Really? Well,
people that liked the game really got into it. That's why.
I meant people that haven't played the game.
Sure.
That's what I meant.
Then they wouldn't know.
There was probably a ton of people like myself that I didn't,
Until the anime
really
came out,
know
and you're
much
like,
about it at all.
Game.
Yeah.
So yeah. Anyway, let's continue. So this is obviously a dumb question, but do you watch a fair amount of anime, or is it just more like a passing thing?
I did. I like not as much right now, just because I've been watching other things. But I really do like anime.
There's too much. I used to like it a lot, but now as time progresses and I'm just not connecting with the new ones as much, tend to look back a lot, and then people keep recommending these anime, and I'm like, there's just so fucking many. How do I know? Because I'm fickle, I'm picky, and I'm extremely impatient. If I watch an anime and the first episode doesn't hook me, goodbye. And I'll watch by the whole time because I can't. It's too much.
There's so much you can be like that. I mostly watched it from like I don't know if you had Toonami, but it no. So there was like this segment on I think it was Cartoon Network that was hosted by Steve Bloom. He played like this space guy, and he'd be like, "Next up on Toonami."
That's
and
cool.
Stuff like that.
Yeah.
And they would show like Dragon Ball Z, Yu Yu Hakusho I really loved. They did what was that other dude? Tenchi Muyo.
I know that one.
That's where I started with the cartoons.
Our version of your cable would be like DSTV, and we had a channel in between 2003 and 2008, maybe, called Animax. So it was a channel just for anime, and then that's kind of how I was introduced. I knew about Dragon Ball Z way before that already, but I didn't see that as anime. It was more like just a cartoon. I watched it in English, and then got introduced to anime as a whole, and then there was like Samurai 7, Eureka 7. There was I can't even recall the rest, but that's kind of where I got into it. And till this day, Eureka 7 is my favorite by a mile. It's only one season, and that's all that I need. Don't give me 12 seasons. One's fine. One's good.
I haven't seen that one. My favorite. I still love Samurai Champloo. Ooh,
Samurai Champloo is fun,
anime.
dude. Hell yeah, it's funky.
And I love the dub because it's Kari Walgren and Steve Bloom.
See, there's some anime that truly have good dubs, like Bleach. I think his dubs are very good. And Johnny Young Bosch is Ichigo, also one of my favorite voice actors. I would love to get him. I would love to get an interview with that guy, but that's not going to happen.
You never know.
I grew up because that guy was a Power Ranger when I was a kid, and he became a voice actor. And I'm like, I know this guy's voice. I looked him up. I'm like, it's him. That's the Black Ranger.
That's so cool.
He's in Bleach as Ichigo. He's Lelouch in Code Geass. He's Renton in Eureka 7. He's everywhere. So he has like a real hero's voice. You know what I mean? You know? Yeah. Why not?
Real sincere.
Yeah. Am I really alright? I'm like, no one talks like that. Calm down.
Well, you do if you're a part of an anime.
Oh, sure. Everything's very sincere and over the top. I stubbed my toe. I'm in pain. So, were there any particular anime or cartoons or something that were like inspirations besides obviously like, hey, I was in college doing animation. Let's give voice acting a try. Or was it like, is there a memory that you can think of that this cartoon or this anime or whatever was kind of like a kind of a subconscious stepping stone into like, oh, that'd be fun to do?
Oh, definitely.
Name one.
I was, okay, I really loved I loved Inuyasha and I loved
that was
Basket.
good, so good.
I also really like to read manga.
I haven't read that in a while.
I loved Inuyasha and Fruits Basket. That was my I want to draw.
Cool.
And I remember like, I know people are gonna like scream thinking about this, but I remember having an Inuyasha copy and I'd be like, I'm gonna color this page in perfectly.
Sacrilege.
I know, right? I would take it too, and I'd make copies of it, and I try to draw it and stuff like that. That I really loved that.
Okay, so you wouldn't draw in the book; you would copy the page and then color the page in. Or would you
No,
draw
both.
In the book? Oh my god!
I don't do it anymore.
You've just lost some fans. I'm just playing.
But I'm never gonna get rid of them, so it's no
Sure.
biggie.
Yeah, no big deal. I'm gonna tell this to you, but the first 4 pages, that was me. You're welcome.
I did that.
That was me. So you get half off. You're welcome. What's up? Yeah, I've been married for like just a few months now.
Congratulations!
Thank you. The first ever Comic-Con came to Africa as a whole. It was Africa's first.
Oh.
Like 5 years ago, and she wanted to go. And then we went dressed as Team Rocket, but the black one with the newsboy hat and the big red R. And then I got like little styrofoam balls, and I painted them to look like Pokeballs to go on like a belt. And then we had like one prop Pokeball, and then I put the ring in there. And I'm like, God, choose you. Nerdiest
Congratulations!
But that was I proposed like years ago. I only got married this year because COVID happened. Everything just kept getting in the way.
Yeah.
So Edgerunners happened when you guys were recording for it. You mentioned you obviously did everything remotely, right? Because of for COVID and stuff. So or were you guys in studio?
With Edgerunners, both. They wanted us to be in studio though too, because it's kind of like quality control, because everyone's being recorded from the same mic. The engineers are on the gain, and it's not like me trying to. I don't know if you can see this.
I have mine right here too. I have a
Right.
Behringer interface, and whenever I'm doing any kind of shouting character, like if I'm doing my Afrikaans Inoske from Demon Slayer, come on, Blaksemakari vertraag Hendrik, and I'm gonna like gain down.
Yeah, exactly. Or else, you ruin the take.
And then like, all the peaking, yeah, ruined it.
Uh-huh.
It sounds awful too. Peaking just like yeah.
So like like it works here perfectly fine, but it's easier, I think, for production if you go in and
Make sure it's like done in person. I think a personable touch can obviously get better results too in person as opposed to in the ear.
It's cool. But like I think there was a day where I don't know, for whatever reason I recorded from home. So it was both for that.
So did you get to meet oh my god, did you get to meet some of the voice cast?
No.
Really?
I got to meet. No, you usually don't in
One by
anime.
one by one.
Exactly, because you only do your lines one at a time. You listen to the original, then you get your beeps, and then you put in you put in the
Beep.
other.
Speak. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
So-
but I got to meet Wendy in person once. Our director, Wendy Lee.
I was gonna say wasn't okay. Cool. So you're your director. Cool. But if it's for
Yeah.
cartoons, do you guys is it similar to anime where it's 1-1, or do you guys also have like a session together where you kind of just like bounce off each other and?
Well, it depends on the production. Like well, in the before times when we all used to like not have COVID, we would go in as a cast, and it was awesome. Like the internet's favorite show, Boss Baby. when we were doing Boss Baby back in business,
Yeah.
I got to be in the room with everybody, and like Kari Walgren was on that show.
Cool.
Kevin Michael Richardson was on that show.
Oh.
And like Kevin always had me rolling. I was always laughing so hard with him. And you can feel the energy in the room.
It must help so much to actually have that there. Yeah.
Oh, it's great. And it's kind of, you get the feeling kind of like when you're in school and you're doing something like
Naughty.
wrong. Yeah, you know what like I remember JP, who played our Boss Baby. He was doing his lines, and I know we shouldn't have been doing it, but me and the little boy who played Tim, who was a real little boy at the time.
Oh, cool.
I remember we would take those little clips for our scripts, and we would slowly put them on his sweater. I don't.
Man. It must have been a really cool environment to be in. Just
Yeah,
like,
it was. We didn't do that all the time. It was like once or twice, but
That's
yeah,
fine.
everyone's playing, and I remember when we were recording, he was at the age, and it was popular at the time to do the thing with the water bottle, where you
Oh, yeah.
pick it up and it. Yeah, so he was always trying to do that, and I don't know, it was
That's
cool.
cool.
We're now most of the time it's just like one person at a time with Zoom, because it's a little bit more complicated to get everybody in at the same time. But for a while, I was doing cast recordings with like the Casagrandes for a while, and it's cool. It's kind of the same, but we can't really talk as much
really?
in between.
Just like,
Yeah.
hush. It's not your fucking turn.
Because the director is on a phone call with the rest of the production
Not
and
fair.
stuff.
I get it.
So like we'll do a run, and then they'll be like, okay, 1 second, and then they'll mute themselves, and they're talking and discussing.
That's got to be a real grueling task. Shut up, quiet, talk the whole. Oh, that's got to be annoying.
Yeah. So so we're not distracting them while they're trying to figure out what has to be fixed or whatever.
Fair enough.
Where
But
before
it does kind of sound boring though. No, not boring, but like irritating. Like, do it quiet. Okay, go quiet.
yeah, it's just not as you don't get as many chances to talk and stuff like that. That's all.
Fair enough. But even so, I don't know. I don't. I'm just an a-hole like that. I don't like that kind of environment. I like doing things open and free. Just like, let's go, have at it. But I suppose at a professional level, it's like, do your job, shut up, go.
Yeah, I know. I don't know.
Dance,
I just
monkey.
kind of.
Quiet, monkey.
You want me to dance over there? Okay, sure.
No, dance over Zoom, and that's all. I don't want to hear you afterwards. Quiet.
Well, that's even better because like my dog and my cat are in the other room.
So on that note, have you ever like done voice work from home while having like your dog or cat nearby and you're petting them and you're doing voice lines?
Wish. My animals are too big of jerks.
Really?
They would ruin it. Yeah.
Or make
Now
it
and
better.
No. Now I have this is or my door is glass and you can see through it.
Oh yeah.
So now and then they'll sit outside and stare at me and
Does it get like like really hot in that booth, or is there like a little fan that you got on, like ventilation?
I have a little fan.
But
If
otherwise, I
not,
imagine it gets quite hot.
Oh yeah, it gets really
my
warm.
self-built one that I got rid of it years ago, but I built one out of just like wood and again blankets, and there were like gaps that I left for airflow, but I used to die in there.
Yeah,
Jeez.
it's awful without a fan.
But I survived because I got I got some roles in like little indie games and shit, so it worked.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just gotta have a quiet space, but like when you do that, it can be like during the summer. It can be brutal.
Hell, dude, it must suck.
Yeah.
I remember because one of the games that I did, it was a game called A Little Less Desperation. It was a German company. I don't know if they've even published it yet. I think they fell behind a little bit. They fell in hard times, so the game is still being made, but it's severely delayed.
Stuff takes a long time to come out.
Yeah, it's been years now. But I remember I was doing a character who was an alien, but he had like a green, like, you know, the way they draw aliens where it's like it's green skin and he has like these tubes that is like the hair, and he was like a Californian, and I was like, what's up, dude, welcome to my planet, do you like your stay? I can't even recall what I said. I was like, yeah, if you go here and collect that, he's waiting for you. That was fun. I don't know what happened to the game.
Like a Yautja from California or a predator.
Yeah. It's like, what's up, dude? I'm a predator. Shit. You should be afraid, my guy.
If not, you'll be afraid of our gas prices.
Over here, we don't call it gas. It's petrol or petroleum, but it's petrol. Like, well, like, where are you going? The gas station? Where are you going? We call it the garage. Where are you going? The garage. To put petrol in. Yeah. But it's fun with that. But like, yeah, I used to, how these characters came about that I did, that ended up just becoming like part of my repertoire of voices, was just like, I was covering this game called Paladins. It's like a free to play game still. And, I would like cover all the updates whatever. And whenever I would try and come up with like a clever way to make the video more fun, a character would somehow be born. That's why I had like this kind of like really nasally kind of voice guy. Hey guys, I was like, you want to come get your spark plugs and mouth thrust today? And kind of like that really up there kind of annoying grating voice in the ear. And that guy was born, like really announcer-ish. And then there was others, yeah, loads of him. And this was Todd. Obviously, it's called Todd.
And you like once you like name them, they're easy to pick up. Easy to summon.
Yeah, it's like where's Todd? Todd's right here, dude. I even if I want to really get into character, like for a video on TikTok, whatever, I got a blonde wig right there. Blonde wig, oh, what's up, dudes? What's up, man? And then,
oh no, you should wear. Do you wear that for the TikToks? That'd be great.
I did one once. Okay, so I did one where I was pretending to be Todd, and South Africans aren't really good at doing accents, I found. Except I'm fine with it. but they're terrible. Whenever they're like, "This is British, over the top, pip pip cheerio," I'm like, "You're doing like the stereotype." Well, like, I like. Have you guys heard the New York accent? I'm walking in. I'm like, "Yep, shut up, you're fine." Anyways, so whenever I do like an accent, they're so convinced that I'm foreign. So I did a skit where I was like, I was going through the internet and I was going through all the countries' national anthems as we do in our free time. And I'm like, here's America's, here's France, and then I did our anthem, and our anthem is as boring as everybody else's, But then there's this very, very popular song called Nkalakata by Mendoza. It's like this very upbeat, but it's like a legendary song. I'm like, have you guys heard South Africa's anthem, man? And I played the song, and I'm like, damn, this song slaps. And everyone in the comments was just grilling me. That's not our anthem, stupid. So
you were very, very convincing.
Clearly, I was convincing, dude. Shit. But like they're easily fooled. Like, or like one like fries. You guys call them fries. We call them chips, like the British. But but generally they're referred to as slap chips. But like
I've never heard that.
But slap chips also refers to like the soggy fries that have been dressed in oil. So I did like a
we call them French fries.
French fried potatoes.
And for a while, for political reasons, they were freedom fries.
Oh my god, they weren't really.
They're back to French fries.
Oh, good lord. Shit, that's horrible. So anyways, I did the skit where I put like a pleated shirt on and a hat and glasses, and I had the mustache and talking like this. Like, hey, South Africans, talk for a moment. The word you use for French fries is slap chips, but also it means soggy fries. So how do you explain that you want crispy fries or something? That kind of thing. And also went viral. It's like, oh my bro, if you ever come to the country, this is how you do it. You guys were convinced, weren't you?
You want crispy? There you go. I want my French fries crispy, dude.
But over here, it's like the general term is slap chips. But that doesn't automatically mean the chips are soggy. But it also kind of does. So where do you draw the line? Yeah, it's confusing. Slang is fun here.
Yeah.
It's like our word for like a pickup truck is a bucky. You can be English, Afrikaans Dubs, you can be anything. It's a bucky. Even if you see see advertisements on the TV, come get your new Isuzu bucky today. It's a bucky. It's like our word. But also,
I've never heard that.
But also a small bowl. So bucky comes from Afrikaans. So like a bowl is a buck. But if you have a small bowl, it's a bucky. So I'm like, you guys are gonna call this, and I've got a picture of a pickup truck and a bowl. You guys are gonna call this and this the same goddamn thing. Get your shit together. Also, people just hated on me. They just came down on me, dude. Because it's working. It's really working.
No publicity is bad publicity.
Yeah. Like I've gone at some fans and they're like, bro, they're idiots. I'm like, they could just go to my profile and see like the South African flag right there, big and bold for them to see, but they just couldn't bother.
Dude, clicking's hard.
1, 2. Oh shit, it really is hard. My thumb hurts.
Oh man.
So what video games would you consider some of your all-time favorites? I know this is loaded because even I have a hard time with this.
Oh, it's okay. I know in my heart of hearts. My favorite video game's Katamari.
Is what?
Katamari? Is it? Yeah, that's the name. This little guy, he has to create a universe and he pushes a ball and the ball gets bigger and bigger and like people get stuck in it. Yep. And yeah.
I was thinking like
I love that one.
I was thinking like bigger titles, but okay.
Oh, I love Katamari. I loved Pokemon. I haven't really played any of the newer since it went since the 3DS came out.
Are you referring to like the older ones, like from like the GBA, Red, Yellow, Green, Emerald, and Sapphire, like the originals?
Yeah, I played all those.
Sweet.
One of the reasons why I was okay with all the the bugs in video games don't bug me because have you ever played Hey You Pikachu?
Yes.
Pikachu! Pikachu, pick up the ball! Pikachu!
Hey, bitch! I'm your master! Oh, baby!
That thing never really worked, but that was one of my favorite games.
Yeah, I think people are just too spoiled now, so when a game is not, like, absolutely perfect, my god, the game sucks! It's so crap! I played for 4 hours and there was a problem. Oh my god, really? Shit. My favorite games are Final Fantasy, but especially number 8, because I got a tattooed on me right there and on my leg.
Nice.
And
represent.
well, it was done by a friend, and he went too deep, so it's like very badly scarred. But hey, memories. I always thought I didn't have a good threshold for pain, and then I got covered in tattoos and 4.5 hours of too deep, excruciating pain. I think my pain tolerance is pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. But Final Fantasy VIII is one of the Final Fantasies that doesn't get a lot of love. People kind of hate it. So I'm like, bro, it's the fucking best. So like, whenever I can build like a structure from the game in like Minecraft, I'm gonna build it. Hell yeah.
Cool.
Also, I'm a pixel artist and animator, so I like give them like little sprites and shit.
Oh.
I tell you what, I'm gonna turn Rebecca into a sprite for you, and I'll send it to you in a couple days.
Dude, I love that.
And give a little
You're
sprite.
too hard. Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah.
So you do a lot of animation and stuff?
Yeah, I'm working on. Oh, I'm doing a video game of my own, and then I'm doing the art for somebody else's.
Oh, how cool! I can't wait to check that out.
So I'm a self-taught animator. I didn't go to college because I can't stand being told what to do. I have Asperger's, man. Don't touch me. So, my God, self-taught artist, animator, self-taught video editor for YouTube, because how else to get your shit out there? And self-taught amateur voice actor.
Cool. It all kind of goes together.
Yeah, isn't that weird? I've tried everything. I did tattooing for 2 years. I wasn't great, but I wasn't bad, but I wasn't great. And then I'd put that down.
Oh God, I'd be so worried. I'd be so worried about effing someone up.
I generally would too, but for some reason during that entire period, I had this. It was a really weird 3 years. It was just this 3 years of coasting through this part of my life where I swear to God it wasn't me. I was just exuding confidence, like nothing can touch me. I can do anything. I would just tattoo people. Oh, fuck yeah, let's go. Like, have you ever done a tattoo this big before? No, but I'll figure it out. Let's go. I don't know why, but now I'd be like a little bit apprehensive. I'd be like, bro. But I'd do that. Whenever I'd be bored with something, I'd go next. I tried voice acting for a while, did an audiobook, did 1 or 2 little videos and games, moved on. And then I tried YouTube for a bit, kind of here and there. And then I was in a band. Like, the guitar is right here.
Nice.
But I wasn't the guitarist because there was a youngster, a lot younger than me, who like joined the band, and he picked up the guitar and it was like shredding. I'm like, bro, you can have my guitar, it's okay. I will just sing, and that's where I learned how to do all these things. Metal.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's why it lends to characters down here half the time. Like Venom.
Yeah.
We are Venom. Sweet. It helps.
Nice. Yeah, that is really metal.
Metal. Do you like metal?
It's metal. Yeah. Well, I didn't. It's not like the genre I listen to all the time.
Sure.
But when I was in middle school, I wanted to learn how to play guitar.
Nice.
And the guitar teacher is like, "What do you want to learn?" And I was like, "I don't know. What do you want to?"
Cannibal Corpse.
So, and his favorite band was what are they called? Dream Theater.
Nice.
Dream Theater.
Go Dream Theater.
Oh yeah.
Dream Theater or theater.
Yeah, so we play a lot of Dream Theater.
Are you able to do like a British accent, a Dream Theater?
I'm not gonna try. I'd be too embarrassed.
Dream Theater. Just don't.
Dream Theater.
See, Americans turn their T's into D's, and they pronounce the R very hard. It's like theater.
Theater.
Hey, that was very good.
Let's go to the theater.
Okay, Downton Abbey, let's go.
Yeah.
So, right, shit.
I think I'm the only one who says theater. That's not a
Theater.
universal American thing.
I drive a Chevrolet movie theater. That's an actual song from the
No,
internet.
I drive a Chevy.
I drive a Chevrolet, all American, bruh. So you've done some video games as well. You did a character from Smite, right? You did Scotty or Calavera Scotty or something to that effect, right? No.
I think so. That one was quite a while ago.
Yeah, because Smite's still an ongoing game, but I just saw that. I'm like, hey.
Yeah, I've done that. I've been in WarioWare.
And also Fire Emblem, right?
Yeah, I think I was Dogger in that. Maybe.
Yeah. Dagr, yeah, Dogger. Yeah. So
Dogger.
Is the process for voicing characters in video games different from like anime or cartoons, or is it kind of similar?
It's similar, but it depends on like what they're looking for. A lot of times with the video games, like with Fallout 76, they'll want you to be less. They'll want you to put more space or more like air, like with cartoons, especially little kid cartoons. You want it to be fast and like extreme because you don't want them to lose
focus, lose their attention. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It's more fun too. Like, Are you gonna hear someone go, "Hey, mom, I need or mom, where are you?" Versus, "Mom, where are my Johnnies?" You know
Jesus
what I mean?
Christ! Damn.
Oh my bad.
I'm just playing. It's all good. It's all good. So,
we're like someone who's like coming up to you with a quest or something. You probably are going to talk to them more like a real person.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's more breathable.
Yeah, because it's a real person, not a fucking cartoon character or anime where it just seems hyper unrealistic. You're also in Boruto, right? As of the Shin Uchiha clones, the little guy.
Oh yeah. I was him. I was also Naruto's great like ancestor.
And also, Suika Kanonji.
Suika.
Yeah.
I give the boys their missions.
Cool.
Don't fuck up, guys.
Don't fuck up. How cool would it be to turn a character into swearing? It'd be fun. It's like, don't fuck this up. Have a good day.
I think, yeah. I think those are all the ones I play in that.
So if it was like a dream voice acting role, what would it be?
God, Rebecca.
Really, again?
Trigger anime.
Sweet.
I've gotten to play a lot of them. One of them a dream role. Ooh, it'd be really cool to be a Rugrat.
Cool.
I loved Rugrat.
Boom, 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 boom.
Yeah, that'd be the shit.
That'd be really cool. I mean, isn't that show like long since been old, or do you think of it if it is like a reboot? And if there was a reboot, like pick me.
They rebooted it.
I was already a baby, in Boss Baby. Let's go.
Yeah, right.
Bridge the gap.
There is a reboot right now.
Really?
And yeah, they changed it quite a bit. It's now in 3D, not 2D.
Oh no.
But
3D is ruining a lot of things, man.
But more content, which is nice.
But there's a magic to 2D though. There is something about 2D that's just like, It could be I'm just biased because I grew up on that shit. Maybe that's just me.
No, I feel the same way. My preference is for 2D animation too.
Now, I don't know if this has actually happened to you or in it's something that's actually happened to in a project that we're busy on, but the voice actors for V in Cyberpunk have mentioned this. But I've noticed that there's a lot more like A-list celebrities that are getting like voiceover roles in like movies and things like that, and it seems to be becoming more and more of a thing. She even mentioned that when she found out that Keanu Reeves was going to be in Cyberpunk, she was like, "Well, that's me. I'm out." Like, Like back in the day, it was, even if it was
Yeah.
big movies, it was a voice actor doing the role. Now it's now they want the movie to do well, so they got these big celebrities whose names are attached to the film that's going to do well. What are your thoughts on that? Is it a good thing?
It sucks.
Really?
Yeah, it really sucks.
Because you
for
can
instance,
tell they're on voice actors. There's a different craft to it, and they think, well, you can act, therefore put him off camera. Same thing.
yeah, I think that you have some people who really kill it, like Mark Hamill.
Oh yeah,
But but not everyone can do that. For instance,
he's the Joker, man. Come
Mario.
on. Oh, Chris Pratt.
It would have been really cool for it to be the Mario that I've heard all my life. You know what I
As
mean?
it should be. However, what's his name? Keegan Michael Key. He's doing Toad, and he sounds real good. You know?
I haven't heard him yet. I heard Bowser though, and I thought it sounded good.
Yeah. That's Jack Black.
Yeah.
If you watch the trailer, shortly after Bowser arrives and Mario lands in the Mushroom Kingdom, Toad comes up and is like, "Don't eat that mushroom, you'll die." That's
okay.
That's Keegan Michael Key, and he sounds good. And then at the very end, like the little post-credit scene, if you can call it that, for the trailer, you get a small glimpse of Charlie Day. Is it Charlie Day? Is it Charlie Day? He's voicing Luigi, and he sounds, in that brief moment, decent. Because he already has a naturally animated voice. It's very cartoonish. Yeah. Chris Pratt, I like him as the hero, but not as a cartoon character, dude.
I know. I was a bit disappointed.
I like Chris Pratt in a lot of what he does. Like, he was perfect for Peter Quill in Guardians, but
or on Parks and Rec, he was
amazing.
On that.
Yeah. Or in the Lego movie as Emmett, it's good. But those characters weren't particularly animated. They were just pretty grounded but funny.
Yeah. I think that when they pick people that are for the name and not necessarily for the voice, it's disappointing, and they could do better.
Yes, they can. And a lot of the time they can.
I think it would make the movies better. It would make them more enjoyable and not so like, there's another one.
Do you recall the 90s film? I'm gonna fucking have a hard time saying this one for some reason. I have a stutter. A Goofy movie.
Oh God, that's one of my favorite movies.
Hell yeah! I know every Powerline song, man. Fucking Tevin Campbell was rocking that shit. Anyways, imagine if that same movie was made now. Even though they changed out the voice actor for the kid Max for the more adult Max, but he wasn't like a big time actor. He was a voice actor. So imagine that kind of a film being made now again, and then suddenly taking out Max or Goofy and giving them regular voices, or giving a big star on the voice. Like, bro, you kind of lost it. You've lost Mario, man. But like in some cases, like what's that movie? Bloody hell. The Secret Life of Pets, I think it is, where Kevin Hart is the little bunny. That kind of works in a kind of fun way.
Yeah, but those characters weren't already established.
Exactly.
We didn't have like the voice in our head. We know what Goofy sounds like. We know what Mickey sounds like. We're all gonna be like, right? We're gonna be like, hey. You're doing it wrong.
Who the fuck is this, bro? So, do you think voice acting is way harder or way much of a bigger market to try and get into now versus, let's say, like 20 years ago, where it wasn't that much of a bigger deal? Where it was like a real career path people aiming for?
Oh, I don't know how hard it is to get into then, but I know that now it was, a long process of, like basically, if we're talking cyberpunk, you got to get some street cred,
Yeah.
I don't really
make some tunes in the field.
Yeah, for real though. You kind of go, or at least for me, I went to classes. I joined like this thing called Women in Animation, where they would put together workshops that were pretty like like $15 to go to the workshop.
That's not bad.
And they would bring in really rad directors and stuff, and you would get a chance to perform for them, whatever, like they might give you a packet and you would pick some voices, and
okay,
you have to get in front of people and you have to get them to it's really hard, and you have to get them to be able to, you have to be castable, you know what I mean?
Sure. Like, be unique, but also give them what they want.
Yep.
That's a really hard line to straddle. Like, give them what they want, but be unique, stand out.
Pretty much.
I'm not sure if you've noticed, but there are some YouTubers who are becoming voice actors because of their content. Like,
I could see that.
There was a Viner back in the day who is now a YouTuber. He goes by the name ProZD. He's called Sung One Show. He's now also in various things.
I think, he has the really deep voice, right?
Yeah, the glasses, yeah. And
then
there's also Cazares. He used to make content where he'd go into like Omegle chat roulette and then like pretend to have a different voice from what he'd look like, a voice that wouldn't suit him. And then he was cast as the replacement for Cleveland in Family Guy, because his impression of Cleveland was so good.
That's really funny.
Yeah, so I'm seeing YouTubers now like all doing it, and I'm thinking, if it's a local market to tap into, either I'm gonna find it or I'm gonna fucking make it. I swear to God.
I mean, why not try?
I will succeed, because I am too hard on myself to stop.
Well, you got something unique and you're having fun doing it. There's no harm in continuing forward.
There's no wrong answers. You fuck up, well, you figured it out, didn't you?
Yeah. You're not dead yet, so that's the good thing.
That's certainly going to the dark side, sure. I'm not dead, I can do anything.
For a while.
So, I mentioned earlier that I'm going to talk about a bit of the slang that we have, because they're fun.
Sure.
So like, we're like the Aussies, where we chuck in slang all the time that we aren't even aware that we're doing it. Like, it's so part of our day-to-day language that we're like, what's the actual word for this? Like, our whole lives, we've called these little pestering bug muggies. And then I was like 28 years old, and I'm like, what is the fucking English word for a muggy? I don't know, I've never been taught. It's a gnat.
Yeah.
It's a muggy. Say muggy.
Muggy.
Rebecca said muggy.
Muggy.
Yeah, so I mean, it's like corn. We don't call it corn. We call it mealies. Mealie, like a mealie.
Okay.
So like, if it's sweet corn out of a can, it's sweet corn for some reason. But if it's just corn all by itself, it's mealies.
Oh yeah, we got words like that too. Like, for instance, in the South, there's these bugs that bite you. We call them no-see-ums, because you can't see them.
No-see-ums. Makes sense.
There's also these bugs that, like, they attach themselves to each other and get on your car. Those are kissing bugs or something like that.
We just give them like one blanketing term. like, if there's 5 different species, that they're all fucking muggies. They're small and annoying. Muggies. Little bastards. So a lot of the time when it comes to our slang, it's quite difficult for foreigners to pick up, because they're influenced by various languages. Like,
we don't hear it.
So, for example, if I want to say fuck off, either in a nice way or in a bad way, it all depends on tone. I'll say ftek, or just tek for short. So T-S-E-K, tek. I couldn't hear that. Say again.
Again for me.
Okay, so the full word is futsek. So the TS sound like tsunami, but like sorry, go again.
Futsek.
Hey, that works. Futsek. And then sometimes, to get to your point and to not waste any time, we chuck the foot out and it says tek.
How do you spell that?
T-S-E-K. Tek.
Tek.
That's so cool. Yeah, that's good. Good attempt. Hell yeah.
Woo!
Let's see what else we got for you. Okay, yeah, this is a good one. Okay, so in Cyberpunk, they have chum for friend or pal. We've been saying that for years, but it's not chum, it's chum. C-H-O-M. So we've been saying that for a century at this point. I'm like, they fucking stole it from us, but they added an extra O.
Yeah.
So
like, what's up, my chum?
yeah, chum. But like also,
Chum.
there we go. And that's
Chum?
yes. That's fucking cool. Yeah. Rebecca saying South African slang, but like, but that's actually a shorthand for chommy. So like chom or chommy. Like aware is also like hello. So it's spelled like the word like RAWE for awesome, but it's pronounced aware.
Away.
So it's like aware chom.
Away, chum.
That's cool. That's real cool, man. Goddamn. I have some sentences at the bottom, yeah, but some of them are long. Mm.
Oh
No. I'll keep them short. I don't wanna make it. Okay, so we have a word that is like our universal word for everything. It's bliksem.
Blexum.
So not okay. So that's actually a way foreigners tend to say it when I tell them, but it's like bluk.
Bluxum.
Here we go. So you can say so you can say like the word I taught you earlier. So futsak, and then you would be yo. So futsak yo bliksem.
Futsak yo blixum.
Yeah. No, it's actually really good. It's very good. Yeah, shit. I think people have a hard time with that. And then our word for so bliksem, by the way, it's everywhere. Bliksem means to hit somebody.
Blixum.
I'm gonna bliksem you, or as an idiot. So he's a bliksem. So
Okay.
So if I say die bliksem se bliksem, het die bliksem se bliksem gebliksem, wat die bliksem se bliksem het oorgebliksem, that's a full sentence for you. Because so bliksem can be referring to somebody, that bliksem, or it can be an adjective for that idiot. So that bloody idiot, that bliksem's a bliksem. And then if you fell over,
Bliksem's a bliksem.
yeah. So if somebody fell over, het oorgebliksem. So I can say die bliksem se bliksem, het die bliksem se bliksem gebliksem, wat die bliksem se bliksem het oorgebliksem. Full sentence.
Nice.
But its origin is actually lightning. It means lightning.
Oh, okay, cool.
So okay, so the two words, slang terms that we use to punch you, I'm gonna bliksem you, or I'm gonna donner you. Okay? You know how in like movies, like I'm gonna hit you with thunder and lightning. Bliksem means thunder, and donner means donner means thunder, and bliksem means lightning. So I'm gonna donner you, and I'm gonna bliksem you makes complete sense over here. Everything's dead again. I can't hear you.
Oh, really? Can you hear me now?
It's all good. Yeah.
Yeah, good. Oh, that's really cool.
I'm gonna bliksem you, chommy.
I'm gonna blixem you.
Okay, and also our word for nice is lekker.
Can you spell it?
Okay, so it's spelled Lekker, but we don't pronounce the R. That's because, English colonists, so it's lekker.
Lekker.
Okay,
Lekker.
so and then also, my God, we don't say bro, we say brew, BRU. So it's, that's lekker, my brew.
That's lekker, my brew.
Yes, very well done. Valiant attempt. They were actually very convincing. So nice one. So if you ever do any more Cyberpunk content as Rebecca, just don't confuse chom for chum, okay? A video recently, like a little skit where it's two South Africans in Night City, and they're giving this guy shit because he's saying chom wrong.
Oh yeah, awesome.
Yeah. Why are you saying chew, my bro? In Night City, they'll say nova for like awesome, or preem for like good, or over here it's lekker, or it's mooi.
Mooi.
Mooi it technically means pretty, but it's like used for like, bro, this is a mooi day, or like, how was the weekend? Oh, it was mooi, bro. It was mooi.
Oh, mooi.
It was mooi. I don't know where this came from. I'm not doing a hello thing, but it's like, it was mooi, bro. It was mooi, bro. And also our brews.
That sounds like it could be Hawaiian.
Oh,
Mooi.
actually, it could. Yeah, I didn't think of that. It's so Breton to my brain is local. I'm sorry, I didn't see it from the outside point of view. Mooi, bro. And also, if you find a certain demographic of like English speakers, especially in Johannesburg, their I sounds become R sounds. So like It's a nice day for some wine. It's a nice day for some wine, brie.
Nice.
Nice day for some
Nice
wine,
day.
brie.
It's a nice day for some wine, brew.
See, now, you're going full Aussie there. It's ever so slight. That's why people confuse us for Aussie sometimes. It's very so.
I can see that.
They'll go wine, like wine, and then they go up at the end. I just picture wine being spelled like AAN, wine.
One.
Exactly. There we go. So it's nice day for some wine.
Nice day for some wine.
It sounds too Aussies, but it's a subtle thing. It's a subtle thing. There have been some foreigners, like British or American actors, like attempting a few of one or two of our accents, and they're usually quite bad. Like, there was a movie called Blood Diamond, and Leo DiCaprio was doing like a local, typical English-ish accent, and it was bad. It sounded so Australian. It sounded so Australian, but again, it's so subtle that people that don't know the lingo, they wouldn't notice the difference. Then Matt Damon did a movie called Invictus, where he portrayed a rugby hero, and his accent wasn't bad. He wasn't good, but he wasn't bad. But the best I've ever heard. Have you watched any of the MCU films? Really? Like the Marvel films?
I used to watch the really old X-Men ones, but none of the recent ones. Really? There's
too
so
many.
many.
Yes.
Where do I start, dude?
But the actor Andy Serkis, he played Gollum in Lord of the Rings. He is in the MCU as a character called Claw, which in the comics I don't know where he's from, and he does an Afrikaans-ish English-speaking accent, and it's very good. Like, it's very good.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
I'll have to look that up.
It's so close. And then in the video game Titanfall, there's a character called... There's a character called Cuban Blisk. He's also in the Apex Legends universe. He's like a side character. He's voiced by a British actor called JB Blanc. And he does a South African accent, and it is fucking flawless.
That's awesome.
It's so legit. You could swear he was local. Because I listen for little nuances. Like, we don't say here or here. We say yeah. Like, come here. Like that little thing. Okay. And then I listened to him and I was like, oh, he said yeah. And also, we say hey a lot. Like, hey, that's your lucky day, eh? And he said it's exactly enough. And I'm like, clap, clap, clap. So good.
Oh, that's cool. I wonder if he's traveled there or if he's like watched television from there or something like that.
There's also the game Uncharted. There is an actress called Laura Bailey. She did.
I don't know, but I've worked on stuff like I worked on an anime with her.
Cool. Well, this is actually about her. Okay, so there's a character called Nadine Ross in the game Uncharted, where there's like an English-ish accent, but local South African. Very good. Laura Bailey did it very good. Like, I was also listening. She leans sometimes into Aussie every now and again, but I mean, for a foreigner, I'm like, bro, it's very good. So just type in Nadine Ross Uncharted, and you'll hear her. It's very good. So.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I'm gonna look that up.
Our accents are hard to get right. They really are, because they aren't in like media enough. Like, Australian, you hear Australian all the time in media, and you kind of get it, and like, it's Australian. What's the time by you currently? There's like a 9-hour difference, so it's like afternoon for you now, huh?
Oh, it is 11:22. I'm so sorry if we've kept you up super late.
No, it's only 20 past 8. We're good. I mean, I'm up till 2 a.m. most mornings, so this is all right.
Okay, cool. Same.
Okay, well, I think that's it. So, how long has this been going on?
I don't know.
For 2 hours.
Oh, shit.
I'm sorry for keeping you this long.
Oh, no, it's okay. Like I said, I'll talk your ear off.
If a year or two down the line and you've got a few more projects under your belt, I'll call you up again. Thank you for joining me for 2 whole hours, man. It's been good.
Oh, thank you. I've had so much fun talking to you and about animation and everything Cyberpunk. It's been awesome.
And learning about our local lingo.
Yeah! Oh, for real. I love that. I love watching things like from other places. If you have any television that you'd like to recommend for good accents, send it to this girl.
I'll try and think of a few. I will leave you with one joke that I like to tell foreigners. So if you go to somebody who's bald and you want to make fun of him, don't. But if you want to, just go tap him on the head and say bless, because bless means bald over here. But to you guys, it's like, blessings, thank you, blessings. Bless means bald. Yeah. Yeah. Anyways,
that's great.
Awesome. Thank you for joining us. It's been real fun.
Oh, I hope I answered all your questions.
Oh, you did. I think most of the questions I had like listed later on, we just kind of got through naturally.
Cool.
Well, have a wonderful rest of your day and a wonderful evening, and we'll chat sometime soon. And I will do that piece for you. I swear to God, I will very soon.
Yeah, take your time. It's all good. I know how things, pop up.
Things get busy. Yeah.
Yeah, but I really enjoyed talking to you. Thank you so much for having me. Stay in touch.
I will stay in touch. I have you on Discord now. I'm gonna nag you all the time. I won't, but maybe I will. I don't know.
Oh, it's okay. I'm like, I just leave that thing on. So if I don't get back to you, it's because I forgot about it.
It's all good. My Discord's open on my phone and on my PC, and I spend like my life on this thing, so I'll always see it.
Okay, cool.
All right.
Yeah, stay in touch for sure.
I will. Thank you very much. It's been fun. Thank you very much.
No problem. I'll talk to you later.
Okay, then. Cheerio.
Bye.
Boy, no. Bye.